My name is Anthony Karumba, of course, the national spokesperson, Bunge la Mwananchi Youth Wing. I want to say this. In the spirit of oneness, good people, let us not allow ignorance to take this country to nowhere. If you don't have a direction, you are heading to nowhere. And good people, we have seen some people joke around with the politics of division and politics of ethnicity and tribalism. That is very precarious to our nation because we have had some people even predicting how 2027 might become all chaotic, all this. Let me tell you, and we have said this time and time again, that we have life before elections of 2027, and even after 2027, there is life to continue. And I want to say this, young people, let us all of us make sure that we acquaint ourselves with the matters of our nation. If you want to know everything about government, let us delve into, constitution, and let us deal with things constitutionally. Because, good people, the only way that we are going to help our nation move forward, it is by doing things through the conventional and constitutional means. So, good people, I want to say this today, as I challenge all of us. Today, something has happened here in this assembly. And I told you, members of this Bunge, that this is one of the most instrumental people's parliament that we have here in Kenya. Everybody, the whole world, is paying attention to what we are saying here. But now, good people, let us not allow some politicians and some selfish people to intervene and to bring division among us people. Because Kenya is our nation and we have no other nation other than Kenya. And I want to speak what is affecting this country very much, and we articulated last year in the month of June concerning corruption. We have seen a very, very depressing report from the Auditor General. They talked about billions of shillings, around 15 billion, that NSSF cannot account up to this point, where we have only less than 30 days to give the financial reports. They cannot account for these billions. Where they took them? They took money that belonged to the workers of Kenya and they invested into their own projects. Now they made losses. Number one, you subjected this money to taxation. When you invested in infrastructural developments, whatever you are talking about, are you going to give excuses to the workers of the nation who have contributed monthly that there is no money for them when they need their money just because you invested in things without public participation? And that is what we are calling inclusivity. Good people, public participation. If you want Kenya to move forward, let us follow the Constitution. The reason why we have the Constitution, it is to guide us when we are making discretions for the Kenyan people. You cannot just wake up one person and maybe you are influenced with alcohol and other things, and you just make a decision that is causing trauma to Kenyans. And I want to tell you, good people, right now as we speak, UHC nurses, they are in the streets. Hospitals are not working. And then the problem we have with the SHA, NHIF, before it changed into SHA, they left paid-in bills. These private hospitals, definitely, they actually rejected patients who had registered with the NHIF because of the paid-in bills. They were not paid, yet they treated patients. And I want to tell you, the people who are suffering out of the ignorance of a few individuals, it is the Kenyan people. These are the things that we need to canvass as Kenyans. These are the things that we need to ask ourselves. Until when shall Kenyans cry when we have rogue leaders who don't want to follow the Constitution? And finally, good people, I want to tell you, avoid division by all means. And I want to say from today here, let us champion for unity. Unity of purpose, a good idea to give opportunity for a better one, and a better one to give opportunity for the best idea. because that is the only way we are going to liberate Kenya from impoverishment. And I want to say this, young people, as we move forward, good people, let us now focus with the matters economy, other than too many noise around, which is making our nation become an anarchy. And to Mr. President, these people, all they need is a near. We want to take the opportunity, first of all, to say this. You asked for the apology from these young people. And I know young people also, when you give them the opportunity last year, the emotions were high. They had a rage out of the many things that happened to many of them. Some of them lost lives, others, they disappeared up to date. They cannot be accounted where they are. But Mr. President, when you gave them a platform in X, it became chaotic, it became disorderly to the point of calling you Baba Sharin, and that is where we went wrong as a nation. I think in the spirit of oneness, we want to have a nation, not to destroy our nation. And for that reason, we are ready to have a dialogue and not dictatorship. We have brilliant minds who can take our nation forward. Mr. President, this is the point for us to sit down and ask ourselves, where are we heading to as a nation, other than talking about who will come, who will not go, who will do this. It is about time, first of all, we ask ourselves, because we have a debt of 11 trillion, how are we going to pay this money? Because I want to assure you, good people, whether we bring who or who, 11 trillion requires a formula for us all to agree on how we are going to pay this money, because that is the only way our economy will heal. Otherwise, when you are talking of this debt, remember it has interest, and this interest is increasing daily. And remember, some of our revenue sources have been put as the security for this money, which means whether you bring whoever president come 2027 without a good, I am telling you, of economy. So good people, let us focus on developing GDP, and let us actually focus and canvas this thing, all of us together, young, old, everybody. We merge and we talk and we make sure that we move our nation to the next level. Thank you very much, Bunge. Thank you.
I want to talk about the coming financial bill. Financial bill. Hii financial yenye inakuja, finance yenye inakuja, sisi kama wananchi inafaa tuifuatilie, tujue ya kwamba wamemwangalia huyu mwananchi wa chini sana sana, hiyo tu. Na kitu yenye itatusaidia tukiona fuel kama imeshuka, hiyo tutajua tunaelekea katika ile mwenendo mzuri, kila kitu itashuka. Juu mafuta ndio inakuanga shida, ikipanda kila kitu inapanda. Ya pili, nataka kuambia rais, hii neno nimeshinda nikiongelelea kitambo. Ndio Rais Moi alikuwa Rais Moi alikuwa anachukua watu wanatembea kwa kila maduka kila pali akiangalia kilo. Sasa hata kwa duka ukienda, kilo 2 ya unga ni kama kilo 1. Wanakuambia urudi, mwananchi wa chini asumbukana arudi kwa duka kila siku, na unamwaga kwa maji saa hiyo. Vitu kama hizo ndio inafaa waangalie. Aya, ya tatu nataka CS Mbadi. Na kusifu sana kwa hiyo maneno yenye wewe unaongea, pesa zinaibiwa. Juzi tena umetoa ya NSSF, mabilioni za pesa zimeishia, zimepotea. And rais, wewe ulisema eti wewe ndio mtetezi wa wanyonge, unapigania corruption mpaka ukaweka sideboard kila pahali. Nataka stop arresting the small fishes. We want those big fishes to be arrested. DCI kazi yenyu ya kwenda kuchukua maactivist, mnawafunga, mutoke nje, mshika wale waizi wanatumia pesa ya mboga, mama mboga. Wale waizi wenye wanatumia pesa ya mwendeshaji pikipiki. Hizo pesa tunahitaji, maneno ya pesa kupotea katika nchi, and you are just keeping silent. That's not fair, rais. Aya tatu, rais wetu tulikuchagua, lakini tunaona hii mwenendo yako imeenda mbaya na imezidi. Wachia watu count, wakubwa wa count wa manage kaunti zao. We kazi yako ni kutengeneza soko kubwa katika nchi ya Kenya, ikuwa international soko, kutengeneza mabarabara kubwa, ili ya kwenda kwa counties tunashughulika na maneno yenye magavana wangefanya. Hiyo haionekani, hiyo utahesabu, hakuna kitu unafanya. Ya tatu, nataka kuambia those men leaders, stop interfering with leaders, women leaders. Tumeona gavana wa Embu Kawira Mwangaza akitolewa, sasa tunaona huyu wa Meru tena anataka kutolewa. Tunataka muone na sababu, ni sababu gani mnaingilia wanawake katika leadership? Otherwise ni hayo tu, tushikane, tutafute vile tutapigania katika hii nchi yetu, kwa sababu wale watu wenye walikuwa wa kwanza hawakupenda hongo, ndo unaona sababu tuko katika nchi. Wako kwa udongo, lakini walikuwa wakipigania nchi. Tukiwa pamoja, tukishikana, tutajenga nchi yetu. Thank you.